those components, and you're able to laugh and enjoy along the way. I think it's important to realize where the focus goes and flows. It's already been true, right? In fact, maybe an easy way of saying it is, we don't experience life, none of us do. We experience life we focus on. So in any moment, what's wrong is always available. So it's a threat. So it's not about being positive, but it's about being intelligent. You know, you gotta be impacted what you're believing. And you gotta look at it and say, where's my focus going? I can always be upset about something. I can always find something joyous or at least grateful for, which leads to joy. And I think it's learning to discipline your disappointments. Not allow them to grow and to move on and to use whatever life is giving you. You can make some simple patterns and change your whole life and focus. When you focus on something, your brain has to decide, what does it mean? And meaning is what creates emotion, and emotion is where your life is, right? And so, the quality of life is the quality of your emotions. We all don't have to focus on what we have, and at times also what's missing. Which one do you think most people spend more time focusing on what they have or what's missing? You can engineer your life to have more happiness, but I think the real challenge is thinking so hardly about being taken seriously just represents your fears. Right? It's like, I think spiritual development, when people talk about spiritual, not religious development, spiritual development is the level of comfort that you can have with just being your real self. And I think that's not an easy task, because we're all trying to be something, but we are with something we're trying to be. That doesn't mean you can't be better, but it's like accepting and appreciating what you really are, and instead of projecting something else, takes a lot of pain, it takes a lot of wasted energy out, it gets a lot of people to just disappear. And I don't have an easy path for that. I think it's the hero's journey. I think if I work my ass off, then I've done my part, okay, now come through me, let's do this, and we get a chance to flow.
Life happens to me or it happens to life. But life happens for me.
Yes.
Is a wonderful refrain.
I don't believe it. But you gotta dig for it. It's not easy.
It's really right. Wishing for confidence without competence is just delusion. You have no evidence to say that you can do this thing.
If you want freedom, if you value freedom, you can't possibly have it as long as you live victim. None of that makes you who you are. None of that controls where you are in your life. Like if you ever had something happen to you, it's horrible. I mean, it's painful. You never want to go through it again in a million years. You don't want anybody else to go through it that you care about. But after 5 or 10 years, you look back and you say, I don't want to go through it again. But now I see the wisdom of it. That's like, it made me care so much more. It made me so much stronger. It made something in me more. And I'm sure you want to take it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you don't really realize it's just life. And then you know a little bit more about yourself and you start to realize, well, look at all the ways that I've had to compensate for that. Look at all the ways that it's had me back. Look at all the beliefs that I have about myself. And kind of like, if only that hadn't happened, then I would be here or I would be there. And then you realize, well, the light side, all of that dark stuff, is usually the stuff I'm most proud of myself for. So the fact that you were maybe a little bit alone in childhood means that you're very self-sufficient on your own. Or the fact that you didn't have anything to support you means that you have no concern about working on your own and continuing to take that on yourself. So on and so forth. So you end up having this really strange loop where you go from unconscious incompetence and somehow being something that you really hate to this sort of awareness of how it's held you back, to this awareness of how it's propelled you. And then you have to get to this really difficult place, which is, okay, so this is a thing that I wish hadn't happened, and yet I'm grateful that it did. And it's like a psychological superposition that you need to hold in your head at the same time. You can't collapse it down into one. You need to hold on. That shouldn't have happened. I really wish for that. And had you been able to see you, had you at 36 been able to see you at 12, you would pick them up and give them a hug and say, I believe in you, and you don't deserve this. But it needs to happen.
You on? I appreciate you watching. Right now what we're doing is a chest rebuild. Trying to rebuild the right side. I say chest rebuild, really chest and tricep rebuild. Trying to rebuild the right side after my injury. I got some atrophy in the chest and in the right tricep. So So right now what we're going to do is we're just going to do single arm dumbbell bench presses. And we're going to do kind of micro presses or half reps in order to keep the chest under tension as much as possible, because that's where the nerve damage was and we're having trouble getting tension. So let me get the first rep going. Thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe, and then feel free to leave a comment in the chat.
So you start to learn to figure out what's real. It's an important stage of life.
Doing things the right way makes all the difference. That's why Vanguard Kia of Arlington is the #1 Kia dealership in DFW. Get a versatile, family-ready 2026 Kia Sorento LX lease for just $339 per month or no payments for 90 days. Or choose a sleek tech pack 2026 Kia K4 LXS lease for only $249 per month. Better prices, 5-star service, and one of the largest selections in Texas. That's the Vanguard way. Visit Vanguard Kia of Arlington today or VanguardKia.com.
Alright, got 28 reps of just those micro presses on the one side, using 35 pounds on a dumbbell. Trying to just keep the right side under tension as long as possible. It's just a warm-up set. Now we're also going to do a warm-up set of standing band flies, which is starting with 30 pounds with the resistance band. All right, 25 reps, 30 pounds in the band. Really trying to get tension in the right pec. So we got a comment that came in. We got Juana Thomas. It says hi a lot. Saying respond. Yeah, I was in the middle of a set, Juana. I'm getting to it, all right? Thanks for jumping on. I appreciate it. Appreciate you watching. I don't know if you're one of my subscribers yet or not, but if you're not, be sure you subscribe. We're at 451 subscribers as of this morning. We're trying to get to 500. The goal is to get to 500 by the end of the month. Fortunately, went on vacation for a few days, and so we're a little behind on reaching that goal. Doesn't mean it's impossible yet, but a little behind. You said you subbed. I appreciate it. Thank you for doing that. Hopefully you start liking some of the content that you see on the channel. Go through there, hit the like button, leave some comments, let me know what you want to see, if anything different. All right. And so now we're going to go into another set. Just subscribe. Yeah, thanks, Juan. Appreciate that. Going to go in another set of dumbbell bench press just on the right side. Again, trying to stimulate activation, tension, the right pec, which is where the damage is at. So, I'm going to keep this set going. You guys hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't. Juan Thomas, feel free to ask anything in the chat that you want to know. Any questions, comments, whatever, and I'll respond between sets.
I saw you on Tuesday with those kids. And I saw you take that extra 20 minutes. No one else did. I just want you to know I saw it. I thought that was incredible. So I'm always very specific. So I know it's not just some positive thinking bullshit call. It's sincerely doing it. It makes me constantly for the good of the people I work with. Fourth thing I do is whatever I don't want to do. The most challenging part of the day. What's the story all about? It's the comeback story. It's the comeback. It's the run. Music. All of a sudden, you get back up and you take control off. Good times create weak people. Weak people create bad times. Bad times create strong people. Strong people create good times. Success with film is not too failure.
All right, 23 reps, 35 pounds on the dumbbell. Just trying to do micro sets, trying to keep tension in the right pec. We're going to move up to 45 pounds in the next set of that. Juana says, what is your name? What is your name? Juana, you got to give me some time. You want answers and you want answers fast. My name is Brennan. I'm the B in BNL. The L is Laura. That's my wife. She's that one right there behind me. Huh? That one right there. We've been doing this for a while now. For about almost a year, we've had a channel. And 2, maybe 3 months ago, we started doing these lives. By we, I mean myself. She's been shy. And the lives have been where we support my growth, most growth. They all have a chance to do that.
It's esteem for yourself, which only comes by doing things that are incredibly difficult. And then your brain goes, this is who I am. You really got to figure out what you're made for, and nobody knows it in the beginning. So you start where you are, and you do what's in front of you. What's next? And you keep growing until you start to discover, hey, this is my real passion. So identity is the number one thing I work with changing people to expand your own sense of who you really are and what you're capable of. Your mindset has to be destroy any limitation and move forward, move forward, move forward. I think passion is the genesis of genius. If you've got enough passion, you're going to find answers nobody else does, but most people run out of time.
All right.
They get tired.
20 reps on the 30-pound band. Now we're going to tighten up that band here a little bit. We're also going to add weight to the dumbbell. And now we're in our working weight. And then Juana Thomas, got some more comments here. Says, do you have any kids? He said, I consider. This looks like it translated something incorrectly. It says translated the words, I consider. I don't think that's what you meant to type. And then you said you will ask and type fast. Yep, so we do have kids. We got 5 between the 2 of us. One of them now lives out of the house on his own, trying to be a grown-up. And then we got the other 4. Ages of all of them are between 8 and 18. 2 girls, 3 boys. So, yeah, busy life.
What do they see that none of us see? Pattern. Then you gotta learn pattern utilization. It's one thing to see it, it's another thing to use it. And then if you're good after a while, you get to pattern creation. It's like you learn to play the piano I've heard little clips of that, I never listened to them. But if you can find something that you care about more than yourself, your daughter, your son, your family, your business,
But I also feel like a lot of this stuff is like common sense stuff.
Sometimes that's what you need, yeah.
Yeah, but like I was saying, it's that simple. He made so much money out
Oh,
of that.
yeah. Good for him.
Yeah.
Seems so complex,
I think
so simple, so you do it.
this conference is really helping too.
Really simple
Yeah.
things you do right now to change your life.
All right, Juana Thomas says 5 kids. Wow, that's a lot. Yeah. Tell me about it. And then you're hitting that hi button a lot. I really want to say hi. Juana, what's your story? You got kids? What do you do for a living? Where you from? Let us know.
I'm just not willing to settle for a life without passion in a life. It's just like there's so much to learn, there's so much to grow, there's so much to give, and I'm wired to grow and give. And I think anybody that's wired to grow and give is going to have a really fulfilling life. It doesn't matter what you choose to do, and maybe why. A year ago, people thought we were coming out of vaccines now, and we're coming out of COVID, and it's going to be all over now. People are excited. But now, after going 2 years of this, there's a lot of people now that no longer have a certain future. Like, you know, people talking about New Year's resolutions. Most people don't even have one. Because it's like, they never follow through anyway. But at least they had something to look
All
forward
right,
to.
13 reps.
Starting to even learn helplessness. Learn helplessness.
Juana says, no kids, have to go now. All right, we'll see you later. See you next time. Thanks for jumping on briefly. Thank you for hitting the like button and subscribing. Glad to have a new subscriber. Take care of yourself. We'll see you next time. Those of you who are watching, appreciate it. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel as we try to grow this channel. As of this morning, we hit 451 subscribers. So of course we want to keep going. The goal for March was to hit 500 total. Went on vacation for over a week, so doesn't look like we're gonna hit that number, though we're still pushing for it, so help us out. All right, we're on to the next set.
Johnson was remembering that he's Batman. He then takes the actions to fight his way out. I know it's a cartoon, but that has always resonated with me. And whenever I'm feeling anxious about something, I always tell myself, remember who you are.
But you're really talking about the most important concept in lasting change: identity. We all define ourselves in certain ways. So you start where you are, and you do what's in front of you, do what's next, and you keep growing until you start to discover, hey, this is my real passion. And you can change people over 5, 6, 7 years, and then they ask this question: their business, their career, their body, their relationships. And then one or two things happens. They change direction and feel renewed. Or they go, no, I have a great deal. They will go on and they reconnect and they get stronger. But that's life. If you don't grow, I don't give a damn how much you got going before you're going to be miserable. Early on, I realized, you know, one of the things we have to understand about life is everything changes and everything ends. And that sounds heavy on the front end, but it's the truth. Everything changes and everything ends. Number one, it should make you efficient. Right there. And then my view is, what's next is always better. And if I make it so, it's my job to make it so. And I think that's how we have to navigate. But most of us get the condition not to just take a risk. People have to know time. What does it take to be happy? And I don't know. It's really simple. Remember, progress. There's my focus going. Always be upset about something.
All right. So we got our first working set in, working just the right pec, the injured pec from the injury. We're doing 45 pounds on the dumbbell, just pressing the right side, doing kind of those micro presses, micro sets, which means we don't do full range of motion, just trying to keep the pec under tension the whole time. And then we're moving on to standing band flies. Now just the right side. We're doubling up the resistance band. It's a 30-pound resistance band. And we do a full extension there to get a nice full stretch of the pec. So let's go on to our next set. Those of you who are watching, appreciate it. Thanks for jumping on. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
serve something more than yourself and not benefit. You want some self-esteem? Do something worthwhile. Beyond just yourself. We all know the two emotions that destroy your relationship, your business, your life. It's fear and anger. Those are two extremes. You can't be grateful and fearful simultaneously. You can't be angry and grateful simultaneously. Someone like Steph Curry, and you see this guy, you're shoot the ball from almost half the court. So he doesn't even look, he turns around and plays because he knows it's in a lane. He's swishing around, it's crazy. And you look at that and go, he's lying. He's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. He's the best three-point champion. It's going to know what that isn't like a gift. He shoots 500 shots every single day, never less than a minute, 7 days a week. For more than 15 years, a 15-year professional career. He's been doing it since before he was in college. His dad really trained him. So think about it, 3,500 shots a week, 168,000 shots a year, 2 million shots in his 15-year NBA career. So he can make 3,600 shots.
All right. I'm not seeing any of the regulars jump on today. Usually there's 2 or 3 people here jumping into the chat who have been coming to these lives consistently for a while. Not sure where you guys are at. Come on back. All right, let's go right set.
The longest time in the world is the hesitation between thought and action. It can actually be forever. You can hesitate for 1 second to get started on something. A workout, a project, a task, something that you know you should do. You can hesitate for 1 second. Now, 1 second of hesitation, all of a sudden it turns into 5 seconds, and then 10 seconds, and then 10 minutes. And then just like that, you drifted into eternity zone. 1 second became an eternity because something that was going to happen is now never going to happen. Why is that? Because you hesitated. So don't take that stance. Instead, take action. A body in motion tends to stay in motion. A body at rest tends to stay at rest. You've had enough damn rest. You're going to get to the point in your life where you decide, I have had it. I'm tired of being a loser. I got tired of losing. I got tired of coming up short. I got tired. I want to move to a nice neighborhood. I want to fly first class. I want to go to Hawaii. I made a decision. Enough is enough. It's showtime. In order for you to go from one level to the next level, in order for any woman to transition, for any man to
Getting nice tension here in the right pec, injured pec. Still a little soft up here. This is where the biggest impact of the nerve damage was from. So the more I keep putting it under load, the more it's going to force that tap to activate and grow. You can see from this angle the difference in the two. This one I haven't been working at all for this session. This one's been doing all the work and it's still not getting as good of a pump or a flex as the left side. But we'll keep after it. So we're going to do another set of dumbbell presses just on the right side. 45 pounds in the dumbbell. You guys are watching. Appreciate it. Like and subscribe. Feel free to leave a comment in the chat here. 3 working sets, dumbbell bench press, just working the right side, trying to get activation in the injured pec. 45 pounds on the dumbbell. We hit 13 reps, 10 reps, 10 reps. Now we're going to a 4th set. We followed each one of those with standing band flies. We had a 30-pound resistance band that we folded over and doubled up. We hit 19 reps, 20 and then 20. The last few, a little sloppy, not as slow as controlled as I prefer to be. We're really trying to work on tension in the right chest. Now we're going to move back to dumbbell bench press. See several of you jumping in and out. Appreciate it. Hit the like button while you're here. Don't forget to subscribe. Help us get to our goal. We're at 451 as of this morning. Trying to get to 500 before the end of March. Getting nice tension in the right pec right now. You almost can't really even see a difference. Obviously, this one's got a little bit smaller. Still got some work to do. Turn to the side, you can definitely tell. But nice blood flow, nice tension in just the right side, as that's where I've been focusing this whole exercise, this whole workout session so far, using dumbbell bench press, standing band flies. Looks like Juana is back, saying she's back a lot, and then demanding a response. Juana, you're funny. How old are you, Juana? What's your plan today? You about to head off to work, head off to school? What are you up to? You guys are watching. I know that several of you jumped in and out so far. Usually we got a lot more interaction on our chat than this, especially from some of the regulars, but I hadn't seen any of them on today. You guys feel free to jump in. We got a new subscriber here, which is Juana. Just subscribed today. Thanks for joining the channel. You guys are on. Be sure you hit the like button. Juana says, have to go back to school. Okay, all right, take care. Thanks for jumping on. Y'all hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, you guys subscribe. Leave a comment in the chat. We're going to finish up the last working set we have for dumbbells.
Start making better decisions right now, and before you know it, you'll be living a different life. The only person you can control is you. So focus on making yourself who you want to be. Discipline your body. Get up early and go. Get after it, and you'll become the person you want to be. And you become that person through one small decision at a time. Become the person who cannot quit.
Alright, working sets are over. On the right side, get nice pump, nice tension on the right side. Now we're going to start targeting the right tricep, which is about, according to the last measurement, which was 2.5 weeks ago, about an inch smaller than the left. Thanks, Juana. Appreciate that. It says, Juana said, good job. We're going to work on the right tricep here in just a minute. I'm going to take a brief break and I'll be right back. We'll keep the live going. We'll keep it here. You guys can all watch my wife get motivated. I don't think she's feeling it, but she's going to try. I'll be right back. see what she said? Juana says, "Hey wife, you did a good job on that treadmill. You were fast." She says thanks. All right, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna work on the right tricep only. We do some tricep push downs using this cable machine. Typically, we would use the rope and work both arms at the same time, but right now we're trying to target just the right side. We're trying to stimulate some growth. Juana says, "Oh, she is so nice." Looks like you've got a new fan. Very sweet, Juana. She also said she hopes you have a good day. She said have a good day in school. You know, it seems like every once in a while we get some folks in the chat, kids from school. So we're like YouTube parents, I guess, the unofficial YouTube parents. She said you're welcome. All right, so we've got, let's see, 10 pounds on the machine. We're gonna do cable rope push downs. Typically this exercise, you take the rope and work both sides, but since we're trying to stimulate growth in the right tricep and get activation there where we had the nerve damage, we're just gonna do the right side. So let's get started.
The shortcut is a lie. The hack doesn't get you there. And if you want to take the easy road, it won't take you to where you want to be. There is no easy way. There's only hard work, late nights, early mornings, practice, rehearsal, repetition, study, sweat, blood, toil, frustration, and discipline. There's only one way. Get up and go.
You need to be the master of your emotions, not let them affect you.
Control of your feelings. By getting control of your feelings, you gain control of your life. When you do this over and over and over again.
All right, Juana says,
You become tougher.
how long have you had this channel? Had this channel for almost a year now. I think this summer will be a year. Been doing lives for about 2 months, maybe 3 months. So all of it's still pretty fresh, pretty new. So we just did cable rope push downs on just the right side. 10 pounds on the machine. Now we're gonna go ahead and bump up to 15 pounds because we got 19 reps. It's a little higher than the working sets that we want to do. Bye, baby.
Bye.
Yeah, Juana says long time. Yeah, you can take it. I'm not gonna drink it. I took the pre-workout. You can have it since you like cold coffee. Yeah, we've definitely had more growth on the channel than I think we anticipated. You know, we at 451 subscribers right now. Worked really hard to get there. We have about 750 videos posted. A lot of them are shorts. We do a lot of short content, either short content or live content. But we've got some long forms too, where we show off what the home gym looks like. We show off kind of supplements I take, talk through some opinions on things. And there's a lot of stuff in there about my recovery from my neck injury. All right, let's go to the next set. We're on 15 pounds now. You guys who are jumping on, make sure you hit the like button. Be sure you subscribe, and then throw a comment in the chat. 10 reps with 15 pounds in the cable machine. And then Juana says, tell me more, how'd you get injured? Well, no, I'll tell you, that's fine. I don't mind. It's not anything I'm embarrassed by. I will tell you, if you go into the channel and watch some of the videos, there's a lot of comments, a lot of content, in there about the details. But the long story short, I was working out here in the gym. I was doing a set of burpees, and on like the 10th or the 11th burpee, I felt like I pulled my muscle in my neck. Over the course of like 9 days, it got worse and worse, and just progressively it's causing more pain, specifically some pain down my right side of my neck and into my arm. Fingers started going numb. Visited some doctors. They thought it was just a pulled muscle, pinched nerve. And then by the 9th day, was struggling to walk, lay down, sit. I mean, really the only comfortable position I could find was kneeling over something, like I'm in a prayer position. That's the only sort of comfort I could find. So I went back to the hospital, back to an emergency room. They did a scan, turned out the neck was broken. They had to do emergency surgery. Yeah, very painful. One of the worst types of pain I ever felt. But like I said, there's a lot of content in the channel of that recovery process. In fact, there's a 100-day journey of going from surgery back in November, I think it was, and then 100 days through what that repair and recovery looked like. So feel free to go in there and check that stuff out. There's a lot of good content there. Juana says, Al, it must have hurt. Yeah, it did. It was the worst pain for sure I think I've ever felt. But I'm past it. I mean, I've still got some residuals. Like I said, I've got the muscle atrophy issue in the right chest, the right tricep, and then I just got to work on repairing that. It could be, according to the docs, it could be a full year before I'm back to 100% again. So that's what I'm actively trying to do, is get to 100% and maybe even beat that timetable a little bit. Juana says, how long ago did that happen? It happened during Halloween time. So the day I went in for the emergency room for the final time and had the surgery was actually on Halloween. I remember because we had to drop the kids off at the in-law so they could take them trick-or-treating so I could get to the hospital. All right, let me finish another set. We got another 10 reps. So that's our third working set. We're on 15 pounds in that machine. We got 2 more sets and then we're gonna have to end this one. We're running out of time. Got to get one of the kids to school. Got to go to physical therapy where they can hook up the machine and electroshock my chest. And then I got to go to work. Got a lot to do. And then Juana says, that's sad. I hope you feel better soon. I appreciate that, Juana. It's okay. Life happens. Hard things happen. We learn, we grow from those hard things. So you don't have to feel sorry for me. I don't feel sorry for myself. I went through a period of that, within the first 20 or 30 days, and then, shook myself out of it. So all you can do is progress, is, take the bad thing for what it is and try to work through it. And that's exactly what I'm doing. So I appreciate the sympathy, but don't worry about me. I'm good. Just keep working through it. seven sets. I might have not given it enough rest time in between. So we're gonna give it about 60 seconds and then go into the 5th and final working set. Single arm cable rope push downs. Really just trying to target the right tricep, which is where atrophy has occurred from the injury. And then Juana says, yeah, I have to go to school, I have to leave soon, but I got ready at 3 a.m. Whoa, 3 a.m. What kind of school are you going to? Why do you have to get up at 3 a.m. to get ready for school? Yeah, you do. I wake up at 4:15, which I thought was early, but 3 a.m. is much earlier than that. Do you live far from the school or something? That seems really, really early. Yikes. No, I understand. Well, you got to go do your thing. Hopefully you're able to stay awake in school. I can't imagine getting up at 3 a.m. Hopefully you go to bed pretty early so that you're able to stay awake in school and focus. I can't imagine trying to sit through a class after getting up at 3 a.m. in the morning. Yikes. All right, let's see. Looking at the timer. Yep. All right, let's go ahead and get started on the next one. 1 second. You live next to the school? Juan, you live next to the school, but you're getting up at 3 a.m.? That is crazy. All right, we got 8 reps, but really the last 2 ones were cheating. I was trying to get the negative. Couldn't get the contraction anymore. All right, so that's it. That's it for this live. Let's see what else we got left in the comments, and then we're going to close it out. Juana says she lives next to the school, goes to bed at 11. So you go to bed at 11, and you get up at 3 a.m. That's crazy. That's a lot. I don't know how you survive off of 4 hours of sleep. That's not healthy. You got to get your rest. All right, see you. Take care, Juana. Thanks for jumping on. Glad you subscribed. Thanks to everybody who is watching. Go through the channel, like the videos, leave some comments. Appreciate everyone that supported us, getting us to 450, I think 2 now, if Juana subscribed. Trying to get to 500 by the end of March. But thank you all for supporting the channel. We'll catch you again tomorrow morning around the same time.